We just went we're live now. Oh my gosh. I played my whole intro and
Oh
Lalit and I
no,
were watching it, digging it.
what
Oh, the
happened?
music was good. And then I said, okay, hi everyone. And no one was I hadn't pressed live, go live. Oh my
You
God.
can catch it. Maybe will it go into the replay?
Yeah.
You
Oh
think?
no, I wasn't
I
recording.
don't know.
That's okay because I have an outro I'll play.
Okay,
Oh my
we
gosh.
made it.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Oh, Bora
We'll get
Bora.
it.
So nice to see you, sweetheart. I appreciate you. And SR Kish, love your work,
Yes, sir.
Lily.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Denise Fletcher, hello,
There you are.
sweetheart.
Thank
Happy
you,
thoughts. Jen, Jen.
Jen.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
good.
and Bora, you get special praise for all the wonderful comments. You know, it really helps us
Yeah,
so much. I think we need to make you a special little gift. How
yeah.
about I'd like to make you an offer of my little mini reading.
Awesome. Awesome.
Bora,
Awesome.
you know, really you're appreciated. And every week, Deborah and I comment on you, and we
Mhm.
haven't acknowledged you properly. So how about that? Is that good? Are you happy
Yay.
with the little reading? Okay,
So,
and you have my email,
okay.
astrologyvibrations@gmail.
I love that.
Sign you up.
Awesome. So Jen was the first one to notice and acknowledge and tell me about the timing I have on the on the
On
thumbnail.
Mars, yeah.
I appreciate that. I was
Better
thrilled
to
by
be
that.
on Mars than Uranus, right?
Yeah. Okay. So Susanna says,
Yeah.
Susan, sorry, I've got Suzanne on the mind. Good evening. Love a reading. Sure. I believe you have my chart, Lalit. I have been
Oh,
waiting
Susan,
for this.
are you Bora?
No, I don't know. She's not Bora Bora. Susan
Okay, Susan.
loves.
Yes, I do have you. I remember your name, your screen name. I do.
Okay, so maybe
Okay.
write that down. And she's asking for
Okay.
a reading. I'm
Okay.
going to hide your
Okay.
comment and star it.
And Susan, does I probably have your name entered differently in my database?
That's the trick. So you're going to have to put into
Could
the
you
comments
could
what.
you put it in the comment how I have you down in the database? I need to make a spreadsheet with all that, but I'm behind in all my jobs, and someday I'll
You're
get
not
that done.
behind. You're not behind. You're not behind.
Susan Little, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Got it.
Okay, we have Corina down under. We are now officially international
International.
because of Corina.
I'm going
She
to
makes this.
mention Karina's chart today for something, for an illustration of something. And it's so nice today to be able to give you some good news for the week instead of the regular what we've been getting hit with all of those you know, terrible situations astrologically. So this week is, happy to say, Jupiter rules the rest of the month, and it's going to be a whole lot better.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we'll get into that.
Amanda came over from your channel, by the way. We're going to get into that. I just wanted to acknowledge. There she is, Mary Thornberry. You know, I do have a lot of Carolyn Booker, and occasionally I see her on my streams. But I just put two and two together today that she's the one that does the ghost. She talks with ghosts. So next time she comes in, I'm going to do my ghost. Yeah, my ghost machine. You see make sure we have when
You
we
have
have
one of those
ghosts.
little machines.
I
Cool.
have this little machine. I could have my own ghost story on CNN
Hi. Hi,
TV.
Mary. Yeah, there's Amanda.
It's Amanda too. I don't know. I was distracted. Squirrel. Okay, Coach Alan, thank you so much for coming, sweetheart. Now I'm a little late. I've got Leah and joyful journey. And so, what we're going to do, thank you all for coming, really appreciate it. What we're going to do is, I'm going to send it over to our Lalit. If you would like to be on the list for a reading, we just do them at random, but I'm going to be watching the chat. If you want a reading, please, you could put your birth date, but ask your question in capital letters. That would help me, and I'll star them. And also, we do general. I know a lot of people don't do generals. I do general. So if you just want to say, hey, what do my guides want me to know, just put that in too. So you have the floor, my friend.
Okay, I'm writing down Leah's birthday. Leah, where are you born? Pretty please. Oh, you wrote it. Waukegan. Thank you. I see it.
Oh my gosh. So you have been playing it? So what Mary Thornberry is saying, I shared that app on the phone a while back, RV Tournament, and it is by Russell Torg.
Oh, Russell Targ. He's the remote viewer.
Yes, this is a remote viewing tournament is what it is. It's a purple eye with RV in the middle. It's the app on your phone. You download that and it helps you develop your remote viewing.
He is remarkable.
He is.
He is really remarkable. He is very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, he sure is. So I am, like I said before, squirrel. Sorry. I'll star all of these, and thanks for coming. And the floor is yours for sure now.
Okay. So everybody, we have some good news this week, and we're going to start with the breakdown of the week. We'll start with today and go into as far as we'll go up to the full moon in Sagittarius, and then we'll give it back to Debra for a bit, and then I'm going to set up some other good news for us, not for Donald Trump, which is some very bad news coming up for him. And I'd like to show you his chart into the nearby future because it's really remarkably intense. So here we go, everybody. We have the rest of this month is going to be having a lot of influence by Jupiter. And we know that Jupiter is the planet that is known as the Great Benefic, and it's known for expansion and optimism. And it is all a planet of change. Uniting with it, Uranus is also going to be conjunct the sun. So Uranus is in play. We know that Jupiter and Uranus have been conjunct. Now we add the sun. We had it conjunct exactly on the 13th. So this has been giving a big impetus to change. And everybody's been feeling that, and it's out with the old. I had a little funny image that I was reminded of when I lived in Italy. When it was New Year's Eve, everyone was supposed to throw out something old to get ready for the new year. And so it's something we should have a little ceremonial like that. So if you live in Rome on New Year's Eve, you have to watch out because people throw stuff off their balcony. And I mean, they might throw something large, like if they're remodeling their kitchen sink or something, you have to be careful, wear a hard hat. So anyway, out with the old, throw out the old things. Now it doesn't have to be an object, because the old thing can be an old attitude and changes you want to make mentally that could be very helpful to you. So this is still active, and you need to be making changes in your inner self and your manifestation practice, your aspirations, your intentions, and we need to get set for the full moon to make your intention. So be thinking about that. So I have put on the screen the chart for today. So this is May 17th at 6 p.m. And you see that we still have active, and I'm just going to ping on it a little bit so you see the things. We still have active this big stellium, the 4 planets, Jupiter and the Sun, have been conjunct. You know, they're 1 degree apart now. So Jupiter and the Sun conjunct, and also Uranus and Venus are conjunct each other in 1 degree. But all of them make a giant conjunction, which in astrology, if it's many planets like this, we call it a stellium. And we've talked about this stellium before, but you'll notice that with the with this happening, it goes from 22 degrees to 28. So anything in your chart in that area, and I'm going to show you something about how to find that on the chart that I sent you in a really easy way in a minute. We're going to use Karina's chart to see how that looks so that you can find that really easily. So we have here new possibilities, new creative visions, abundance, expansive. With the Venus and Uranus, we have changes in relationships, and this could be if starting new possibilities in relationships. So if you don't have a partner, suddenly one could appear out of the blue. This is a definite possibility. So you can go from no partner to meeting someone interesting. If you already have a partner and you're just dating, you might get engaged. Your romantic horizons are going to go to the next level. And if you are in a good relationship already, you should plan a romantic getaway, renew your vows, but do something different to spice things up a little bit. But it's a very fortunate time in all these areas, and also in creativity. If you are an artist, everyone's interested in creativity in one way or the other, but I just had some really big inspirations in terms of music that just came out of the blue, and I'm so excited about it. And so that's something that if you are in any kind of artistic expression, you know, this time for you to be dreaming of new possibilities. You know, you might get some inspirations in the dream world. And now we also have had, in addition to that, we've had Mercury square Pluto. So this is, if you are working on mediumship, folks, this is a chance to develop your skills with foundation in a new ways. You can develop techniques. It might seem slow going at first, but you can do some techniques. Suzanne Giesman has on her website some little exercises for that I highly recommend, that are good for your intuition in all ways, and it's really a fabulous thing. Now, I'd like you to look at the moon position today. It's in Virgo, 25 degrees. Now, that means it forms a great aspect because it's an earth sign. So the moon, your intuition is in a practical, critical thinking area, and it makes great aspects to everything, to Jupiter, to the Sun, to Uranus, to Mercury, and to Venus. And so the moon makes a beautiful trine to everything. Meanwhile, Jupiter and the Sun and all these planets are going to Neptune, which is really great for inspiration and intuition. So it's a really beautiful time. And I urge you to really think a lot about your intentions in the intuitive field, because all of you that are here, I know you're all highly intuitive, and this from now to the full moon is a really great time to be working on this. And we're going to talk about how things are going to be happening for the near future. And remember, you've got also abundance with Jupiter, and so it's a great time for you to look at your intentions. Now, I wanted to show you something. As I mentioned, everybody should look on your chart and see if you have things in this range, 22 to 28 degrees. And I just wanted to show you how it would look. I put this is the chart that I sent to Karina, but what I did is I made the I'm going to show you this is Karina, but it's her interpretation page. So this is the first page of the interpretation that I send you all, because I'm not sure if you've paid attention to this to see how to use it. So this is Karina, and you can look at the very first page. This is what's called the interpretation of your horoscope. The opening page looks like this, and it has the positions of every planet. So you can just go down them in a row, and I stopped at Jupiter and highlighted Jupiter because Jupiter happens to be in 21 Gemini of 35. That's in the range that we're talking about, isn't it? 20, we want to go from 21 up to 28. So we'll look through and see if we have other things. Uranus is pretty close there because her Uranus is in 19 degrees of Virgo. It's a wide aspect. Neptune is right there. So this is a beautiful time for Karina for her dream journal. Dream journal time for you, Karina. And that is the way you can just look down this list and see if you have planets that are under fire from that big conjunction of all four planets, the stellium, where it will hit you. So, for example, we see that Jupiter for her is in 21 degrees of Gemini, and that puts it right on the cusp. Over here, it tells her house positions. It means that it would be right between the second and the third house, heading into the third house. So it would be monetary things and abundance for the second house, and third house of communication, like automatic writing is another thing that would be a good development for Karina. Now let's look at her Neptune. It's in 22 Scorpio. Now, Scorpio is opposite to Taurus. And so let's look over here. We're going to find that it's going to be 8th house. 8th house activity is medium. This house, Scorpio, does have some mediumship things in the 8th house, but it's mostly part of the money axis, the second house to the 8th house. There might be some possibility. The 8th house would be mortgage. You might be able to refinance your house. It's also legacies and inheritances and other people's money. So you might be able to get some sort of windfall in this area, or look into, maybe getting money out of your mortgage of your house if you needed to get a line of credit, or like Michael Cohen did. So that is the second house, and 8th house is highly affected for you. So this is how you guys can all use the first page of your interpretation chart to make it easy to look up when you're getting affected by these transits that we are talking about. Does that make sense to everybody? Does anybody have any questions about that? And I don't see the StreamYard thing. I've messed up my chart. All right, let's go back to looking at the situation as it's progressing. We're going to look at
Lalit,
yes,
excuse me, can you make that a little smaller? Because I was able to full screen that. Okay.
Yes, that was, I made it bigger for Karina. I'm looking for, there we go. There we are. Okay, so this is the 17th, and we're going to go forward just a little bit to look at what's coming up on the 19th in 2 days. Well, I'm not going to move it forward. What's going to happen is Mars and the North Node. These two things are coming together. Exactly. You see here, they're already in 13 degrees. So Mars and the North Node, when they're together, do give the warrior god. It makes it more intensified. So you might look for tendencies in other people to be maybe flying off the handle or being aggressive or boisterous, like the fight that broke out on the floor of the House yesterday. I don't know if any of you saw that on the news, or those people that went from Congress to the trial, that are just being belligerent and outspoken. Don't be one of these people that says something you're going to regret. So hold your tongue for these few days here. You can do some aerobic exercise to get your endorphins going, because you'll have energy. And don't say anything you might regret later. So watch your tongue. I remember Linda G had a funny joke, which I don't remember the whole joke, but it had to do with Southern ladies who, when they want to insult someone because they really don't like what they're saying, they say, "Oh, that's nice." You can say that. Be a Southern lady for a few days. Okay, we're going to look a little bit ahead now, a few days, to the full moon. And the full moon, I've got it set up over here. We're going to look at a different chart. It's going to be on the 23rd, and I need to go to a different window. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it goes. Okay. Here's the full moon chart. So by definition, the full moon has the sun, which is circled in orange on the left side, on the ascendant. This is set for 6. It's going to happen in Pacific time at 6:53 a.m. So that would be Eastern time, 9:53 a.m. That's why the sun is right here on the ascendant. It just came up. And the moon has just set. They're both in 2 degrees. The moon is 2 degrees of Sagittarius, the sun in 2 degrees of Gemini. Now, you'll notice that Neptune is making a beautiful aspect for us that's very spiritual. Neptune is got beautiful aspect to the moon. It's a trine over here to the moon. It's just really fabulous for your intuition, for your spiritual practices on all levels. Anything you're doing spiritually and with your intuition or your mediumship or remote viewing, anything like that. This is the height of that. So the night before, it's early to get up in the morning and do that, but it's good to be up in the morning. You should have a little ritual that you do that morning, the first thing, or before you go to bed at night, because it's very special with Neptune in 29 Pisces is making a beautiful trine to the moon and a beautiful sextile over here to the sun. Put in the mix Pluto, which is in 2 degrees, exactly trying the sun. This is so strong for mediumship. You are never going to see another opportunity like that. And with Gemini, you can also have good automatic writing or communication skills in mediumship and intuition and in manifestation in all ways. And it's such a beautiful full moon. With Pluto in this aspect, though, the one thing is that it's going to bring truth to light. And Jupiter's still in the mix for all these things. So there will be that will have an effect in the justice realm, truth coming to light, and especially in justice area. You might have a few MAGA Republicans actually seeing the light, but wherever it's in your chart, you could see a very nice windfall. And it's so broad, this thing, it's all over the place in the horoscope. So everyone's going to feel this. And it's a really wonderful thing. It's so nice to bring you this news because we've had so many bad things, but this chart is going to bring out the joy. Jupiter for joy. And I love in Bashar's teaching, he says, whenever you're presented with a choice, always choose your greatest passion, whatever it is that really excites you, and choose that as an option. Follow it as far as you possibly can, with no expectations as of the outcome, just going for the joy and abundance, and beautiful things will come your way. And we find that Venus and Jupiter in 29 degrees of Taurus here is so beautiful. This is a very powerful degree. I'm loving it. I have the sun in 29 degrees. So anybody with things in the last part of the sign will definitely have strong aspect for this. And go for the joy. Go for the joy. And so this is very happy news, and I'm really glad to be able to bring some, as they say in the song, good tidings of great joy to all. So I hope that you have a wonderful week. And I have more good news for you, not for Donald Trump. We'll let Debra talk a little bit, and then I'll show you some other good stuff that we can look forward to with joy and glee. Yay!
Let heaven and nature sing.
And heaven and nature
That's
sing.
my favorite genre is Christmas
sings.
music.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So we had a couple. Cynthia, she's decluttering for her next journey, this next move. That's awesome. And then Karina wanted to say, I drew a card from my Pegasus Oracle at the beginning of the show. It speaks of exactly this, letting go of old to open up to new realities. Don't you love it when things just synchronize up?
They do. That is beautiful.
I like that. So I wanted to do that. And I love some of these questions. There's a couple of things I want to. So are you going to prepare your screens?
Yes, I'm doing that as we speak.
So let me go to the starred ones. Now, one of the things that I saw here, which is kind of interesting, is we have Amanda and Leah here. I'll answer your questions. But what's very interesting about them both, they are both a 5 life path. Amanda has a 23/5 life path. Leah has a 32/5 life path. What that means is that your life lessons are a little bit different. They're the same content. You both have to learn, like you both have to learn creativities and communication and all of that stuff, but it's more important with the 23/5 Amanda, for you to learn that. And usually by the time we get this age, I mean, I'm older than all of you, but every 9-year cycle, you just get better at life. Have you noticed it? It really does. I mean, life really does get better. And so we're able to handle life, and it's crazy. It's cray cray. And Leah, the one thing you had, because you're a 32/5, the 2 says you need to watch your boundaries, because little things like, I mean, I'm not saying this is who you are today, because you probably have already learned this, but the thing is it's blending and knowing yourself through another person instead of through your own eyes. That's a very hard thing to do in this density. So, for instance, you had this wanderlust, possibly. You want to go travel, but you have to do it with someone else. And I mean, it's more comfortable to travel with friends, of course, but that's something you learned when you were younger. And let me go see here. And Amanda says, "Ooh, uh, Mary, Thornberry. Do you know what the two numbers?" She says, "I am a 5. Mary is a 5. But what you do is add up your birthday, each number individually, and the two numbers before the slash is what we're talking about. It's kind of getting into the weeds. It's something I definitely address inside the membership level for numbers. I don't usually address it here, but it's okay. She just said 23. So it's that creativity, but also the 2 in that is, so the, how do I say it? So you have the life path number of 5, and then you work from right to left instead of left to right. So from right to left, we have the 5, which is a life path, then the slash, and the very next number to that and that would be 3 for you, Mary. That would be 3. Then is the more important lesson in this lifetime as part of your blueprint. The 2 is a little lighter emphasis, but you master both of those numbers. The reason I'm going into this, you master those lessons that those numbers represent, and you can move into the full potential of your life path number. And ladies, that is easy street. Once that happens, anyway, Mary says, "I read magazines like that, back to front." I do too. When I go shopping, I shop counterclockwise. I don't know, just for luck. So hello there. I'm so glad you're here, Denise. Thank you for coming. And I'm going to go to the star. Tell me when you're ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So I'm going to remove this here, and we are going to move away now. Okay.
Donald Trump. This is cast for the middle of June. In the middle of June, Donald has some really dramatic things happening. Whenever I'm doing an interpretation for someone's horoscope, I always look at where is Uranus and where is Saturn in their charts. Uranus this will be the Uranus in middle of June. It will be real in 23 of Taurus, exactly sitting on Donald Trump's midheaven. This is the spot of what he most covets in life, which is power and standing in the public. His public persona, the image of him, the image that the one thing he was successful at in life was creating an image in that TV show he did, I guess The Apprentice, and that is the one thing he most covets, is having people look at him as that powerful person who knows how to do everything and is in control of everything. Well, he's about to lose control. With Uranus there, he is getting ready for a big change in public standing, and it's going to be an epic collapse, and it's going to be quite sudden, and it's going to take a lot of people by surprise. But and Mercury is also involved here, but I tried to get the second wheel going and I couldn't. There's another thing with Mercury in the solar arc here that's square to Uranus, and Uranus and Mercury are related in the same way that Mars and Pluto are related. You say Pluto is the higher octave of Mars. They want their energy sort of ties in together, and is the wavelength, the frequency of the vibration reinforces each other in Pluto and Mars. They're both sexual energy, and they're both kind of violent, and but Uranus is aligned with Mercury. It's the higher octave of Mercury, and thus it also controls the communication skill, the ability to speak, and the brain and neurological structure in the body, which is having a very big decay, a change. It looks like serious brain damage, and I think you're going to see something in him that it's accelerating. We've noticed, he's not able to relate to words the way a normal person does, and it's not just age. It's not that. It's actually really severe, but it's accelerating. So if let's say his brain damage is going along at this level, it's going to go whoop off the chart, just boom, really suddenly up. And it's going to be a sudden collapse of his neurological faculties. And I think that the stress of this trial, and the trial is not happy news. This situation now is not good news for him. I don't think he's going to get off, but if he does get off, mentally he's going to be terrified. And that is going to cause, even if he does get off, because he sees what's in for him in the future, because if he escapes this bullet, there are other bullets coming his way, but he knows his goose is cooked, and he is going to be really terrified, and that will cause the things in his neurological system to go faster even so. So it's a very big situation. Saturn is transiting the 7th house. Show you on the screen. Saturn is transiting the 7th house, and you're going to see this is relationships. And he's got, especially with women over here in the opposite end here, relationships. He's going to be being abandoned by certain people. And I think you're going to find that Melania and Ivanka, the two big women in his life, are not going to be looking favorably upon him. And he's going to be very distraught. And look at all the red squares and things here. He's in trouble deep. He really is. And things are... Another really bad sign is Pluto in the 6th. We've been talking about Pluto entering Aquarius. This is his 6th house. It's right in Pluto is not good in your 6th house. It's very bad for your health. And it is the planet of death. Not saying he's going to die. And I wouldn't, say that. It's not necessarily death, but it's not a sign of good health. He's under immense strain, and he doesn't want to admit it. He's born with Mars in Leo on the ascendant, and this is very bad for the whole vascular system and the heart, and it's tied in with Mercury in a way that an aneurysm or other a brain hemorrhage or something of that sort, or heart attack, or he's got all kinds of problems. And it's very severe, but June is looking just terrible. And next time, maybe we can talk a bit about the debate, if it even will happen, because I think he's going to be out of commission at a certain point. Maybe not that early in June, but the Republican Convention Day is another interesting day that we should talk about in the future, because it looks, I mentioned this to Debra about a month ago. I said the Republican Convention Day looks like a real shit show. Can we say that on YouTube? A poo-poo
Yes,
palooza.
please.
Poo-poo palooza. How about that?
I can always say shite.
Shite.
Like the Irishman. Shite.
That's Joyman. A shiest fest.
It's really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I had a comment here. Oh, no, it wasn't. Oh, I have a comment for you. So what you just said about Trump, that's not for this coming week. It's more into June. Or is it
Yes,
starting?
it's starting. It's starting, but it's going to be really intense in the middle and end of June. So the debate with Biden. Oh, I did you hear what Biden said to him?
Yeah, free on
He's
Wednesdays.
free on Wednesdays.
He even has a
He bit.
T-shirt out. He has
He
a
bit.
T-shirt out. Free on
Yeah,
Wednesdays.
free on Wednesdays.
Okay, there is
So
a comment here that I'd like to acknowledge, and it is from Jen. Thank you so much, Jen. Sending love and light to Donald. Don't agree with him, but he needs love in his heart. See, this is what I mean about the people who are
yes,
here to
yes,
sustain, because
yes.
whenever we see someone, where it's dawning on them, the light is dawning on them, it's like we know that pain. We
We know
experienced it
that.
when we were young, most often. But so thank you for bringing that
Thank you,
energy
Jen.
into the room.
And also reminding us that each of us is born in this situation for a reason. So we can't be really gleeful about this. And when it happens, we'll pray for him and all.
After I dance, are you
After
kidding me?
dance,
Down the street naked?
a jig.
Okay, so I'll do a jig and then I'll pray for his well-being. But I'm sorry, I'm still human,
Yeah,
and
we're
I think,
human.
oh
We're
no, that
human.
doesn't sound
Well,
like I'm
yeah,
spiritual enough.
our country. It's the country we have to be concerned with. Our country and the welfare of all the women and women's health and big issues.
Do you know what I've been thinking lately in my walk? I walk my dogs around my community. It's a over 55 community, and we have people passing away. And as I notice them leaving, I think, oh, this is what I think. Oh, that's one less person to take away my vote. I am so saturated with this situation. I'm looking forward to the day where I don't say that to myself. But I'm working on it. Stick with me, people. Please don't leave me.
There's more of us than there are of them. And they're just
Mm-hmm.
dwindling. It looks like MAGA is going to be reduced some after this trial.
Yeah.
I think that it is going to start the getting fractures. And so we won't be having to be stressed about it, and we'll just be able to relax. I got called for a survey last night.
A political survey?
Survey, yeah.
And you
I answered every question.
what was it like?
Well, I said things like, they'll say, "Are you going to vote for sure?" I said, I am not dead. I am voting.
Oh, that's funny.
But
That is funny.
you know what I said. So
Yeah.
they asked. It went on for some time. It was about 20 minutes of questions.
Yeah. I've been invited to those. I've been invited to those, and I'm thinking it's more dangerous than ever to have people know how I vote. Of course, so I don't take those.
Who you are,
but good for you, huh?
I don't think these people know.
Are you kidding me? AI? Are you kidding me? Anyway, that's the paranoia. So anyway, I think it's great that Democrats are putting their 2 cents in, for sure. And there was another question I wanted to answer. Denise Fletcher says, "Oh, thank you, Denise. Don't worry about having those feelings. It's just showing that we're all human." Absolutely. If the love vibes for Donald will bounce off him and hopefully sink into those that surround him. Yeah, absolutely. There was one.
I'd like to say something about Donald that's not related to astrology, but I lived in Rome for so many years, and I'm steeped in Roman history. I've always felt that Donald Trump was the reincarnation of Emperor Caligula, because they're so similar. Caligula was like the most evil Roman emperor of all. Guess what Caligula's wife's name was?
Oh. What?
And a name that I only know one person to have.
Melania,
Melania.
stop.
Really?
Are
It's
you serious?
serious. It's spelled Melonia. Melania.
Melania. Oh my gosh.
I never knew anyone with that name.
When
When I saw that, I croaked. You know, I went, "What? That's
that's
crazy."
that's a Mandela effect. I don't know what those are really, but
No, a Mandela
there's
effect is when
Mandela.
there's a split in the universe, and some
That's
people have
what's
going one
blowing
way,
my
and some
mind.
are going the other.
My mind is split
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Don't follow me.
Anyway,
I had a numerology question with L. Angus, she says, I'm another 32/5. So the 3 or the first number is the more important one. And the answer is false. It is the second number that's the most important. That's what was so weird, from right to left. So we start with the 5 and then we work to the left, and the very first number after the life path number 5 is the most important. So with you, it would be learning how to not lose yourself inside relationships, and how you do that is the 3, where you stay an observer as best you can and stay lighthearted and carefree, and the 5 will help you with that. So I just love the insight of numbers, and you can go real deep with them, really deep with them. And we have Karina. Grace became a new member. Thank you so much. You're so sweet, and I appreciate you so much. You'd love a reading, both if possible. Sure. I believe you have my chart. This is Susan.
Susan, I got it.
Okay, she needs.
There's
Okay,
Susan.
let me leave.
Did she
Bye,
have
bye,
a
girl.
particular question? Does Susan have a particular question?
I think she just love a reading. So whatever you pick up in intuitively, wherever your eyes land on that chart, let's take a look at it.
Susan has been worried about money and a little bit stressed in that area, but it won't be lasting forever, Susan. You'll be okay.
While she's looking at that.
Jupiter is entering your 6th house, Susan. So you should have an improvement in your health, and there are some ways that you will probably be able to expand yourself in terms of some kind of service activity, that you might be able to do something like a volunteer somewhere where it just fills your heart with joy, you know, just something that you could do. I used to do music therapy in an Alzheimer's ward, but something small even. But you have a very big heart, and it will help you to, when you help others, you will be healing yourself.
That's the way to do it.
It would be a good healing for you.
That is the way to do it. So
you're a very optimistic person, Jupiter being your life ruler. You want to keep an eye where it is, and it is in the 6th house. So you want to avoid excesses. You know, you want to watch your diet and make sure you get enough sleep. So have your health really under control, because you like to fly free and do things that are a little extreme in traveling and things. You need to watch your diet and watch your exercise and your sleep.
Okay. If you want more, you can get in touch with Lalit, and she will help you through things. If you're afraid of, if you have scarcity, then she's saying that you're going to grow away from that feeling, which is really good. And being of service will help. And I'm sorry to cut you off. I've got so many readings here, and I'm going to just breeze right through if you don't mind. I'm just going to run in and make sure everyone has a reading. So you know what? I got to tell you something, Amanda. Her question is, you love a reading, new employer, Greg, love him, but he has so many ideas, overwhelming. And you are a 3 personal year, which means you have more creativity than most. And you are a 5 life path, a 23-5. So all of that is wonderful. The reason why you are overwhelmed is because you dig ideas, and you have that mind. It's like the 5th chakra almost, like you can articulate. And the reason he's coming to you is he's going alphabet soup over here, and you say, oh, that means A, B, C. And so that's why he's running it past you, and it's fun, and then it's not. So that is one of the, I'm just going to pull you off. Shove her off stage while she's playing with that. But so that is why you're overwhelmed. So we don't want to change Greg, because ideas are what he is right now. That's how he's expressing, and he's your boss, right? So you kind of have to blow with the wind on that one. But the reason he's tapping, Amanda, what about this? The reason he's doing that is because you are really good at stuff like that. So the best way to address this is to be humorous. Take your pad and pencil, lick the pencil and say, okay, what is it? Or send it to me in an email. I'll work on it for you. I don't know how you are funny. You are like so quick-witted and snarky. You can be snarky. That's what you want to start drawing on. Okay, bless you, and leave you with that. And we have Coach Ellen here. What do your guides want you to know? She is an 11 life path. So there's that. Coach Helen, I'm just going to grab my Clarity Tarot deck. And I've got really good news for you. So here's this generosity card. Right? The 6 of Pentacles means that you've got what your needs met. And then we have this pause. Not a big, remember, this is a 2 of Swords, which means some people read this as a decision to be made. I don't read it that way. I have more empowering definitions for this card. It means catching your breath. Taking a pause. Wait a minute. It's almost like a lighter version of the hanging man, where you don't really move forward, but you're trying to think outside the box. This is an air thought sign. The suit is air. So it's in your thinking. So in the middle of that, I have this card, very disturbing. And that is taking on too much. It's just an acknowledgement. Sometimes, you say, oh, don't take on too much. Well, how do you know too much is too much until you take on too much, right? So it's all about moving forward, thinking you got this. And when you don't got this, that's when you do the 2 of Swords. You're doing it exactly what you're supposed to do. So you take the 2 of Swords and say, wait a minute. You have the words to say, wait a minute, I'm going to think about that. Oh, come over Saturday for dinner. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to say yes now because it feels like it's going to be fine, but I'm not sure. I'll let you know for sure later in the week. That's how you deal with that. So God bless you. I'll leave you with that. Now I have SR updates on the relationship with the P Ontario. Lalit has my chart. I think we've I don't know. Do you have that up?
This one, the one I have up is Leah.
Oh,
I can do SR in a flash, but I will have to.
Leah.
We could do
Wait a minute. If you have Leah,
Yeah.
SR, just hang in there. I've got
Hang in
Leah
there.
here.
Okay.
It says a reading about for employment, and I've got some numbers for you, Leah. But go ahead, Lalit.
Or employment. I hadn't seen that part of the question, so I was just looking generally so far. But you're a natural Reiki master, Leah. You're a healer, and you are really interested in spiritual things, and you are super sensitive, and you are a natural healer with your hands, and you have you would be a perfect Reiki healer, but that probably is not what the job is that you're looking for. So let's look at employment. Do you have your money situation is going to be okay. You are going to be having plenty of good luck in the abundance area. Let me get the bi-wheel on here. So all of those big transits that we were talking about, going from 22 to 28 degrees, are up in the area of your career and your ability to make contacts with people. So I'd say the doors are open for you. You're right now tight with money because it's squaring the house of money so far. So you need to go for the gold without having to worry about the immediate money. So if you can do something to tide yourself by in the money area while you're working on your dream job, there are many prospects that will be open to you and new things. You will have opportunities opening up to you very soon. So it looks good in terms of employment. Get yourself out there as much as you can, and you may have a sudden piece of news through the contacts and things that you send out. I hope that you have very good luck. This is a time for you to work for your higher aspirations, and you have so much talent, but you should do some work on Reiki, though, because you're now.
I got to tell you that she's having a 7 personal year. It's all about getting that extra dose of connection with higher spirit. It's a very, it's almost like the guides are closer. The veil is thinner for you all year, not just on Halloween. I can see where you're talking about employment, which means when we have money, we have options, and options for a 32/5 life path, or a 5 life path, no matter what the two numbers are. Options is something you have to have in your back pocket, or else you panic.
Yeah.
So this is my advice. When you start, even though you might be behind, I don't know, in finances, and you start your job, right? It's best to take, even if it's just $5, and put it away in the freezer for the time when you just are ready to snap and you want to get your nails done or something like that. It's that extra. I've got to have my freedom, and it costs money.
And you could do something temporary while you're looking for the serious thing.
Right. Even study.
And you're very optimistic, and you have a great social skill, and very sensitive, kind, loving person. So, but your 10th house is full of energy. You've got Mars up there, but Saturn is right at the midheaven, which means that you will be. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. It's the classic sign for a person. Excuse me, the classic sign for a person who gets their real career later in life. You might switch into something you never thought you would do.
All right. Oh, bless you, and leave you with that, Leah. Let's see. I've got SR here. Update on. Oh, I've got you down twice on and your friend and your your friend, excuse me, I'm looking at two different places. So I'm just going to do cards here because I don't have I don't have numbers here just yet. So one of the things I want to talk to you about, SR, is that you're moving too fast. You know that saying, don't move faster than your angels can keep up? That's what you are doing now. And you're very proud of yourself for that. You know, you're standing ground and wanting feedback. So you're doing things hoping you get feedback from another person to confirm that you're doing well. That is a very risky place to stand, my love. And so it would be in your best interest right now to this is a horrible thing to ask you. I mean, it's a monumental thing to ask anyone, but act without expectations. If you're going to text someone, right, you're texting, and before you press send, feel how you're going to feel if they don't respond in a timely manner. And if you don't like that feeling, don't send it. This is what Lalit was talking about at the beginning of the show. Just hold back a little bit. So that's what I am. Just slow down a little bit and move into the result of your actions. And if you're not feeling that you can handle the results of your actions, if it wasn't what you expect, don't do it. Don't do it. It's tough. It's a tough ask for anyone, but it would be in your best interest this week to hang with that. Do you have anything more to add with that?
Yes,
Let me
yes,
get you.
she's going to want, so SR, you've got, you have all of these planets up at the top. So this is good for your job possibilities. I hope you need to let me know, well, how did that end up? But you've got communication. If that one didn't work, something good will, because you have so many possibilities for your work. I know that isn't what your main concern is, but you need to work on the things that are open to you right now, and work is more open to you than relationships are now. And if you can be a happy person and be centered and feel balanced, the relationship area will grow. But if you are stewing about things and worrying, it's not going to work out. So put your focus into your job thing that you're working on, because you're going to have you'll get good results with that, and you're going to be very optimistic and happy, and you'll feel like a whole person, and you'll have more to give, and you'll be happier and more joyful. And you are a person that has a big heart and full of joy, and you have a lot of magnetism. So you mustn't let yourself get depressed. You have Saturn and the Sun here. No, you're going to have to turn off the worry wart stream, because you've been worrying too much.
And I do that sometimes too. But, if change was easy, we'd all be the perfect weight and the perfect skin tone. Like I
Yeah.
like to be tan, but look at me. But I would be a tan person that's very beautiful and has a nice neckline. But what I'm saying here is change is difficult, and we can feel like we need to move into the level of action. I'm talking about relationships. It's time to just move into what Lalit was talking about, focusing on the job right now. It won't last forever, but I hope that works for you, sweetheart.
Yes, we love you. Let's all
Yeah.
say a prayer for each other. May everyone in our community have the most joyful, fulfilling end of month of May. The next 2 weeks, may you fulfill all your highest aspirations and your dreams, and may the goodness of the universe rain upon your head. May you be happy, full of love. And
I love that. Amen. I like to say amen because it closes the portal when you say, dear God, or when you start something like that. It opens a portal.
And so
right?
it is.
And so it is, or amen. We'll close the portal, so that's known. So all is good. Now, joyful journey. You have a couple here. Oh, she's under Jennifer Inspire Bowles, is what Jen is under. And joyful journey. I'm going to answer your question here. As is my new job long term? Is it a good job for me? I am going to tell you what it says here for the yes, no. It is good. It's good for you. Is it the job for you? Yes, but so when I do yes nos with my cards, it'll tell me yes, but then it'll also tell me, wait a minute, it's a fair job and everything, and I believe you'll be fine. But I'm thinking there's something more, but don't look for it. I think it's going to come to you. Something more for you. So this is when in other words, the universe will deliver. It's not like you have to do anything at the level of action. Joyful journey. God bless you. And then Jennifer. And I have, let's see. I want to go back to joyful journey in a minute. So stick with me, sweetheart.
Cynthia, are you Bora Bora? I never get to read all the comments. I've finally discovered how to turn them on at the beginning. Is Cynthia, is that you?
Cynthia Smith.
Bora?
Cynthia Smith is Cynthia Smith, and Bora Bora's first name is Janet.
Okay. All right. Janet is going to send me an email.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Because I offer her stuff.
Yeah.
I want her to contact me, and I just don't hear from her. So that's
please,
really
Bora, you deserve it. You've been, everybody, you cannot imagine putting comments in under our stream just changes the algorithm in a major way. And
so
we kind of need some help now.
So nice. So nice. So I was with Jen, and then I was with Joyful. Let me just pop into Joyful. Joyful, what I was talking about is you're having a one personal year, a 4 life path. Steady as she goes, wants to have security, but the 1 means that you do new things. It's not kind of uncomfortable. Could be an uncomfortable year for you, but understand that you're going to have options come through, and not all of them will automatically feel safe, but you will find the security you need because you do that. That's where you're focused, and this is a manifesting year for you. So I just wanted to slip back in because people will ask questions and then put more information down below, and that's what gets me all mixed up. So do you have Jen's reading chart? We're going to stay on a little longer, ladies and gentlemen. It would be under Jennifer Inspire Bowles.
I don't recognize that name. Would there be a different last name?
I think you have it under the Inspire chart. That's why it's in the middle. Jennifer Inspire Bowles. But what I can do, Jennifer, is
I'll look.
Okay. So I know you would like to have your chart done, but you get me instead for right now. She's looking. Jen's the one that had such nice, even, beautiful things to say about Trump to get us back to equilibrium. And I really appreciate that because I'm getting so tired of the news, and I really would like to do politics more, but I'm kind of burned out on it. We're all going to be fine no matter what happens. I mean, but ooh, I have good news for you. Love and money.
Love and money. All right.
Love and money is coming your way, girl. And it's going to be solid, actually. And it's not going to be in the form that you think it's going to be in. So now, if you, this is what it means. If you're nervous about money, you know everything, you know where your money is, you know, you're solid in that. Uh, you may have someone come up saying, hey, hey, Jen, my best friend in the whole world, can you give me a loan, or can you give me, can I borrow this or borrow that? This is the week where you say no, because this is the week when you're moving, people are coming in for you, love and spirit. I've got the Hierophant. So going back to your roots as far as religion goes, just there's some beautiful things, beautiful messages in your traditional religion, and so bring that into your spirituality this week. Now, the reason I say it's not something or someone you would normally have is because I have the Lovers reversed, which means opposites reversed. It's going to be something in your same alignment. Going to be quite, Four of Wands is going to be quite stable, and we've got messages of love coming through. If you're in a relationship, you're still going to get messages of love. We don't have to have it as a traditional regular relationship. So bless you and leave you with that. Did you find Jen Inspire?
Jen, are you born in Wisconsin?
Check the chat.
It just disappeared. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay.
So
are you born in West Bend, Wisconsin, Jen? That's the only Jen I
she
have.
says thank you.
Yes.
Jen? She goes, yes.
Yes.
So you have her.
Okay,
All right.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Bye-bye.
Oh. I'm sorry. I'm moving it over so we can look at it, and it jumps off the screen.
It's jumping away.
A jumping bean.
You know what you can do is.
There it is. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
All right, Jen. What did you have a particular question, Jen, or just a general?
I think it's a general. Just whatever your eyes lock on.
Okay, what my
that's
eyes
your message.
lock on. All right, Jen. That big thing that we've been talking about happens on top of your Saturn. And it's all Taurus, Earth things, and your Saturn in Gemini. So this is a time of restructuring for you in your career. And you will have opportunities, but you don't really want to change, but there's some big changes coming your way. And you are being bombarded in the work area. So you do have opportunities here that are going to be good for you and be good in the money area, because it will affect your second house of money. See all the trines going from Taurus to Virgo, the earth signs. 20, 22, 23, your part of fortune is in 23 degrees of Taurus. All that stuff is happening right there. So there's a fortuitous change, a good lucky change that might help bring, it also might lead you to relationships at work that are maybe not necessarily romantic, but certainly supportive and healthy for you. And it would be good in the money area too. Big changes in your life in that way. And wow, today is your lunar return. So good day for you to get this news. You are also going to be able to do things that are more creative, because you do have a creative bent that has not been being fulfilled so much in the work that you've been doing. And you'll be able to be more expressive and get money too, and be happy and meet people, but big changes in that area. That's your focus.
Awesome. Awesome possum. So I am going to go down to Glenda Sutter. Hey, what do my guides want to share? I got to tell you something. I'm not saying your week is going to be a rotten one, but I am saying giving you permission to stand your ground. I'm not saying something's going to come in to make you stand your ground. It's a lot of it is your self-talk, but it's your actions as well. You're represented as the Queen of Wands, busy, busy, busy. And but this standing your ground is going to bring in freedom. I've got the Eight of Swords reversed, meaning freedom. So I'll bless you and leave you with that. I love it. It's like getting a hall pass to speak your mind. So you got to do that this week. So enjoy it. Enjoy while it lasts. And I've got Cynthia. She's a member. I should have put that first. I'm sorry. I'm just learning. And I have another member, Denise, coming up. If you're still with me, even if you're not, I'm going to give you the reading so you can see it in the replay. And thank you for everyone who's in the replay and stuck with us. Got Cynthia. I'm going to go ahead and move you into. I've got Temperance reversed. Very interesting. I've got the Queen of Swords reversed as well. Judge Judy in a bad day. So I again have this. I think I had this before, where I caution you with your power. You have an incredible amount of power, and your words have weight with those around you. People really listen to you. You may not think that, but they do. And so what you need for this coming week is for you to be careful with your Judge Judy. You can still speak your mind. Judge Judy on a good day is a really good thing, but Judge Judy on a bad day can hurt feelings. So that's what I have to say. But it's a really good week. I love your power. Yes. Do you have something here?
I do. Okay. Power was the operative word, because Cynthia is a very big powerhouse, and she is so strong and has real inner strength and depth, and is really amazing what she can do. Leo, Scorpio, she's got the fixed signs, Aquarius, Mercury in Aquarius, very strong-minded, and Moon in Scorpio next to Saturn. So you can be, you're naturally exuberant and full of vitality, but sometimes you feel depressed inside. So you need to balance that out, bring out the joy factor, because your Saturn and Leo go in opposite directions. The Saturn is restricting and feeling depressed, and the Leo is the joyful spirit, and you need to be pushing outward with that joy, because you are super talented person. I think you'd be a great nurse. I'm helpful with, you're a very nurturing person, and you would be nurturing for plants and animals and people, and really know how to take care of everybody. I really love Cynthia. Oh my gosh, I got news for you. We've just got a super sticker. Thank you so much to Marby. I really appreciate you. God bless you, dear. I appreciate this so much. And I'm going to go one step here with Denise. Now, Marby, I haven't checked the live yet. If you have a question, I would like to give you a reading, my love, for that generous donation. Appreciate that. So, Denise, will my sons wake up and realize I'm right about our political dilemma? So you say sons with that plural. So this is what I'm going to do, is ask you to think about your first son. And the answer is a yes. Now think about your, actually, you know what? That
that guy's turning a corner. Your first son is turning a corner as now. So he really doesn't want to say it just yet, but he's turning a corner. So bravo on that enlightenment that you're doing. And so now think about your second son. And I'm going to move into yes as well. But he's got the hermit here, so he's not going to actually say it out loud. And now, in case you have a third son, my sense is I'm just going to do an overall or your third son, and that is going to be another yes, absolutely. The third son or the overall is, boy, they've been digging their heels in a bit for sure. But they will, overall, is going to walk away from something they've put a lot of time and effort into. So bravo for being the light on that, Denise. So I'm going to go back here to the live. God bless you. Yes, yes, of course you can have a reading, Marby. My gosh, thank you so much for coming through. If Marby, now if you go ahead and put your birthday in, I can add. Oh, you have two sons, Denise. Okay, two sons. So that's the overall they dug in. Oh my goodness, KC, thank you so much. So I want to give Marby a reading right now. Just a second. I'm moving into Marby. I just got another super sticker here. Thank you, Casey. I'll get right to you. Oh, thank you, Marby. Marby just gave me her.
Marby, do you know where? Could you tell me the place that you were born?
Marby, did you ever have your numbers done? Girl. So you're a master number 33. So you've been under pressure kind of all your life. Like, gosh, I should be doing something wonderful for the world, but I can't figure out what it is. That kind of pressure. Had it really bad as a kid. In fact, I don't know if you even, one moment, I don't know if you even were, Marby, just a moment now. So you're
¿Dónde
in
en
a,
Centroamérica, Marby?
what's that?
¿En qué país, Marby? Central America. She said she's born in Central America. Central
I
America,
see.
and what time, if you have it?
So when I deal with walk-ins, sometimes I run into walk-ins. They're rare. I haven't been in your record, but I just got a real incredible hit that I am not reading for the first breath of life inside your meat suit or your car, our cars. The first breath of life, what might have been someone, a soul that was really aligned to you. Of course, anytime you do a one-time soul shift, that they're very, very aligned, but it's a soul that wanted to enjoy childhood and things like that. And then the second breath of life, which is the walk-in, didn't want to deal with childhood and swooped in. Isn't that interesting? I have not been into your records. I can't do that on this profile. It's this platform, excuse me, but that is what came through that I might be reading for the second breath of life. You may be a walk-in, but you are in a 9 personal year, which means give up what just doesn't work for you anymore. And it's going to be very easy to know what to give up because it's going to be because that what you're supposed to give up will be really crazy, stupid, crazy. So let go of that. Thank you so much, Marby. I'm going to ask Lalit if she's.
I have it. Yeah, I just
Oh,
got it.
okay. Okay.
Just got it. So let me put it up here. So it's 10 a.m. in Belize City. I put you for Belize City. We can change that later if that's not right. So the big conglomeration of planets that we were talking about affects you in the sixth house. So it's in opposite to your Neptune. So you're having a bit of a spiritual crisis in the sense that you are realizing your inner spiritual self in a very strong way, and you have Neptune in Scorpio, so it's strong indeed, and it's very powerful. And somehow you're very good at your service. You're good and good at healing other people. So I don't know if you're doing that, but you certainly have a talent at that, and you you are a bit of a we have seem to have a lot of more than our share of healers around here, but you have a natural mediumship. Neptune and Pluto both prominently placed, great intuitive person with the moon in the first house but Mars on the ascendant. So you are a world traveler, and you like to be free, and you are a very optimistic spirit and a lot of power. And you can change on a dime though when the spirit moves you. And sometimes people are shocked by the things that you do that are so original. So you're very powerful and magnetic, charismatic person. A lot of power. So did you have a particular question you wanted to address?
I'm looking here for Marby.
Okay, so
I'm not
we
seeing.
can. I don't see
God bless
anything.
you.
So anyway, that is a general thing. Marby, what I'll do is if you send me an email, I've got your chart prepared, so I can send you a printout thing for it. So send me an email, and I'll ship it to you. Astrology vibrations at gmail.com.
I just got myself out of the live. Marby says, yes, I feel like I'm a butterfly and not really. Right. I understand. And we have a newcomer. I don't know. And thank you, Casey. I'm going to get to you next. See, someone was brand new and came in, and I missed you. Sweet. Okay, here we are, Michelle. I want to go to Michelle.
Michelle, is this the Michelle that I have been neglectful with the
Nope,
solar?
it isn't. No, first timer tonight.
Okay.
She's referred from a friend, sweet community, having trouble with setting boundaries and internalizing every emotion. Seems like I'm treading water most days. Welcome to this new brand of living right now. Any changes coming soon? What we do here, Michelle, is I'd like you to email Lalit, who is at astrology vibrations with an S at gmail.com. And I'd like
KC too. Look, did you see what KC just sent you?
Yes, I did. I'm gonna get to her next because she just sent me her.
Send me an email and I'll send you a report, Casey.
So yes, and also Michelle. So Casey, I'm just going to do your numbers really quick, sweetheart.
So Casey, I am astrologyvibrations at gmail.com. I'm writing your information. If you send me your email address, I will send you a little report and a little answer, because this is very wonderful what you did. I want to give you a thank you. So I think we should have a little powwow.
Yeah, sweet. You know, and that's what we want to do, is that if you send a super sticker, if you support us, your reading goes straight to the top. Now we're going long tonight. It's an hour and a half, but I do want to get to you.
So Casey, I'll send you a report, and maybe we could do a little mini reading. You and
So
me.
this is what, so she says,
For Casey.
For Casey. So, and same with Michelle. Thank you, Michelle, for coming by. Do you see my boss and I getting along soon, or should I leave the company? I'm a Gemini and he's a Pisces. And then she gave me her date of birth. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Here, did you see this? Thank you so much, Casey. So 5/26/79, 11:04 a.m., Morristown, New Jersey. So are you able to? My goodness, thank you so much.
Yeah, I want to do more than we can do here.
Right. Okay. So we're gonna just go ahead and.
You have, Casey, do you have my it's my email address? First I'll send you a report, and then we'll schedule a little meeting for free, because you've been more than generous.
Just beautiful.
We'll schedule a little Zoom.
Astrology vibration. You know what? I'm not spelling anything right tonight. I better get it.
I don't know where I put my little card. Let me just.
Astrology vibrations. Okay, I think I got it right. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm at Gmail.
Make sure you put an S as in Sam at the end of vibrations. It is plural. But because if you don't put that S, I won't get it.
I just think you're just so generous. Thank you so much. So that's right. So, and I put it in the chat. I think I spelled it right.
We'll have a little Zoom. I'll give you a little Zoom meeting, because that's really super kind, and that way we can do a better job.
Yeah, I do want to address one thing. She did give me, you did give me your birthday. Thank you so much. And happy birthday. He's going to be a year older on the 26th. So yay. And they say,
boy,
you know what they say about people.
A wonderful time.
You know what they say about people who have birthdays. They live longer. I love that stupid thing.
You know, Casey, you cast a chart for your birthday, and that's called your solar return, and that gives you a whole feeling for the whole year, for the solar year, and yours is at a wonderful time. So that's looking good for the year. But let's do a little bit more serious investigation.
I would like to tell you about your numbers tonight. And you are a very interesting number. I've been studying people like you. So what it is you are a 39/12/3. So you're one of the very few people with this. And the Fetterman is a 39/12/3, and Liz Cheney is a 39/12/3. So you're in good company. You might not like her politics, of course, but for the most part, it's very unique. Very, very unique. Now, as I mentioned earlier, what you can do is go back. I don't know if you've been here all this time, but I explained about the numbers, how you get to it. So you're a 12/3. So you have life lessons as a 2, as a 1, as a 9, and as a 3. So you came. It's almost like mission realmer, because I do your planet of origin. Now again, I am not in your records, so don't take this verbatim, but when someone comes down here with a plate full of lessons, God, I feel they're a mission realmer, and it's a type of soul group that that comes from the angelic realm, and they kind of bite off more than they can chew, and in a lot of ways. Now you are you're in your prime, you're doing just fine, and I'm sure you're managing well. But and again, we all spend lifetimes on different planets, so this doesn't mean that you're that's your planet of origin, because I don't even think that is a planet, the mission realming. But you are familiar with that energy signature. 3 personal year, meaning this is the year you're going to get a lot of ideas, to produce. And so just go with the flow. And 3 personal years, very, very creative. In my 3 personal year, I wrote a book, I wrote a deck. Actually, I
I
wrote
was going to say, it
2.
looks like she's going to write a book.
Yeah.
She could write a book.
And then I did a video course on tarot and all that stuff. I got to the end of the year and I thought, I haven't done a thing. But everything moved in really quickly. So did you have her chart?
No, I didn't do her chart. I
No,
was
that's all right. That's all
I
right.
wanted to do a good job on it.
Right. Oh, okay. So that's that. The 3 personal year is a wonderful, wonderful year, and it's part of your life path number. So, and it looks things are looking quite good for you. Also, and one more thing I'm going to say, and then we'll dance off the stage. People are watching you that you don't know are watching you. So don't get self-conscious or anything, but there are people who admire you to a point where they want to emulate you. And I can't thank you enough, everyone, for being here. We went long tonight, but I love everyone. This has been so fun. This has been so fun. And
what a nice group we have here. Everyone's so wonderful.
That's for sure. I really, really appreciate everybody. And we're going to dance off the stage. God bless you. And we'll see you same time next week, next Friday, every Friday. Love you all.